Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm the Mystical Intuitive, and today's pick a card reading is about what fears will your future spouse have about loving you. So for pile 1 we have the Magnesite stone. For pile we have the Moonstone, and for pile 3 we have the Fluoride stone. So pick one of these 3 piles and then I'll see you at your reading. Okay, pile 1, the Magnesite stone. This is your reading. We're looking at what fears your future spouse will have about loving you. So let's see, for pile 1. What fears does their future spouse have about loving them? I'm getting like this feeling of them like being unsure whether they can make it through with you through the hard times, like the challenges in the relationship. I'm getting this feeling of them being afraid that you guys are not going to make it, you're not going to stay with them or something like that. Like this person might be, afraid of being left, Maybe they have abandonment issues. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay. I mean, it says here date card, so they could have like some fear surrounding asking you out as well, maybe being rejected by you. They also have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is, in this deck, this tarot deck is kind of based on a dating show, and I think it kind of looks like The Bachelorette, but in that dating show the person who they are kind of competing for gives a rose to a contestant as a sign of that they like them or that they get through or something like that. I don't watch the show, but that's just the impression that I got. So it's like, again, this feeling of if they show you that they like you or something like that, you're going to regret that, you're going to reject them. Maybe they're afraid of not making a good first impression. Maybe also on the date as well. Okay, we also have the King of Swords. The intellectual. Maybe they feel like being afraid that they're not as smart as you, or they don't have like an amazing job as you do. Maybe you have an impressive job title. Yeah, here the Queen of Cups. Oh, could also with the Queen of Cups next to it. It's like maybe they're not emotionally vulnerable enough. You have the 2 of Pentacles as well. And the Fool. Okay, I'm gonna get some more cards. What are some fears that pile 1's future spouse has about loving pile 1? I'm hearing like with the same or something like that. So maybe they're kind of like, I'm feeling like this feeling that they're kind of afraid of like turning out maybe like one of their parents or something like that. Repeating the same mistakes. Meow, having fun. Yeah, something about that. I feel like this person is also kind of afraid that you're kind of seeing them just as fun, right? Like, they're kind of afraid of giving their heart here with the Queen of Cups, and then you kind of rejecting it. Yeah, they're kind of afraid of whether you would like feel the same. See here 2 hearts on the scale. And I'm also kind of drawn to this image with this girl in the car here. It's like they're kind of afraid of you driving away, or getting away from them. We also have here the Chaser. Yeah, see? It's like this this fear of having to chase you, that you're not interested or something like that. We also have the butterfly. Axe, separation, breakup. Yeah, they're definitely afraid of you guys are gonna get that you guys are going to break up. Wedding rings and clock. Need time. That takes time. So maybe this person needs kind of time before they kind of step into marriage with someone. They're kind of maybe afraid of being rushed or something like that as well. With the King of Swords, they could, have already been married. They could be a divorcee. So maybe there's some fear surrounding marriage, or if that's not the case, if they've never been married, it might be that one of their parents divorced, and they've seen kind of like the aftermath of a divorce, or just in general, this person is kind of afraid of a divorce. The consequences of it. Yeah. One thing with the Ace of Wands, I also get that they're kind of afraid that you're gonna get like some sort of offer from someone, or someone who is like really attractive, is gonna pursue you or something like that. And you're gonna fall for that person, and then you're gonna cheat on them or something like that. That's something that they're really afraid of as well. There's also maybe something about like you turning out to be just like their ex or something like that they're really afraid of as well. But yeah, I feel like most of the fears are surrounding the beginning stages of a relationship. Your future spouse definitely has like a very strong fears or intense fears of like new beginnings, right? With the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands, which is about planning and all that, the future. So I definitely feel like this person will feel a strong attraction to you. But again, that also kind of scares them. Yeah. It definitely scares them to give you their heart here, the Queen of Cups. Of Wands, that's also about planning their future. So they could also fear kind of losing direction or stability once they fall for you, as if their future kind of depends on you being in it, that they get attached to you or something like that. With the King of Swords, I also, next to the Queen of Cups, I also feel like this person like thinks their feelings instead of feeling them, if that makes sense. So they kind of intellectualize their emotions, right? They're very logical. And they always like to be, in control of their emotions. And they definitely fear vulnerability. And you may be different. You may be the Queen of Cups, you're empathetic, emotional, sensitive, and all that, compassionate, and yeah. And loving you kind of means like surrendering to these emotions of the Queen of Cups, right? And that's kind of foreign to them with the King of Swords. So I feel like in the beginning, they're definitely going to try to analyze their feelings instead of feeling them, right? With the King of Swords is also critical. So again, they might fear judgment from you or something like that. That if they open up, or if they show weakness, if they cry in front of you, or if they open up about trauma from their past, that you're gonna lose respect for them, that you're eventually going to use that against them or something like that. So they always maybe try to appear composed, right, and rational. I feel like part of them wonders whether they can match your level of warmth and Because you're the Queen of Cups, I feel, you know. You're deeply emotional. And I feel like they've never met maybe someone who feels as much as you do, or who loves them as much as you do. And that kind of scares them, you know, to finally get that love. I also feel like they're kind of fearful that they're going to drown into their emotions for you, right? Or or that they'll never be able to kind of match your sensitivity, and that is going to make you mad, and because they're just too stoic or something like that, and then you're going to leave them. Or that you're going to see their vulnerability behind these strong walls that they've created as well. And if you feel like they kind of admire your sensitivity and your heart, it's part of why they fell or will fall for you. Yeah, they're in awe of your emotional generosity, but yeah, it's also kind of intimidating to them. With the Two of Pentacles, there might be also fears about balancing their heart with their real world responsibilities here. With Two of Pentacles, it's about juggling responsibilities, and there are hearts on the scale, right? I mean, there are two hearts. They're kind of like afraid that if they only go with their heart, you know, it's gonna create drama or conflict with their career or family, or maybe inner conflict as well. There's definitely this fear of maybe falling in love is going to throw them off balance, you know. It's suddenly they're gonna get too wrapped up into you, and then you're gonna leave them, and then they're gonna get sad, and then their life goes in disarray, you know, because they're so sad and they can't focus on their job and money and all that. Like they're afraid that it's gonna ruin their future. Two of Pentacles is also choices. Two of Wands is also choices. So this person is maybe overanalyzing or indecisive, especially with the King of Swords. So they're overthinking here. They're definitely afraid of making like the wrong choice, you know. They're definitely thinking like, am I ready to commit? Can I handle the emotional weight of this connection, you know? Can I reciprocate? Am I ready? With the Fool, you know, they're afraid of taking the risk, right? When you're the Fool, you jump off the cliff and you don't know what's gonna happen. You take that risk, right? And with risks, there's a chance of getting hurt. So there's this subconscious fear that they have about falling for you without any guarantees that you like them, that you will stay with them. This person kind of needs this reassurance from you that you're always going to be there for them, going to stay there with them no matter what. Because this person, maybe deep down, they are kind of afraid of messing it up or something like that, or you changing your mind and walking away. What else? What are their fears? What's this person's fears about loving pile one? Seven of Cups. Oh, Seven of Cups. It's like that they're afraid of that it was all an illusion, this connection, that it was just in their head, that you don't feel the same. We have the Emperor. Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're afraid of falling in love with you. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. Four of Pentacles. They also are definitely kind of jealous, you know. Yeah, this Sun card stuck out in the deck. So it's like they want their happy ending, but it's reversed, right? So they're afraid that they're not going to get their happy ending with you. What else? What fears does this person have about loving pile one? With the Emperor, I'm also feeling again that they're kind of losing control. You know, the Emperor wants control. And they're also kind of afraid of expressing their emotions, their feelings for you. Especially with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. It's like being truthful about their feelings. Especially in the beginning, right? Because aces represent beginnings. With the Four of Pentacles, that's also control. You know, this person needs control. And it's a heart that's locked up. This person is afraid of giving up control. And for them, falling for someone is giving up control, you know. They want their heart locked up safely where no one can harm it. Dragonfly, be lighthearted, finding out. Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew. Splitsville, yeah, they're afraid of breakup. All of a sudden you're gonna leave, right? Finger pointing. Maybe they're afraid of you, like at the Page of Swords, criticizing them, blaming them for things or something like that. Paradise. Yeah. It's almost like they're afraid of being happy. That's it. I feel like this person has like abandonment issues. They're literally afraid of falling in love, right? So. And they're definitely also afraid of you not feeling the same. There's definitely this sense of, you know, I don't want to be vulnerable because what if it's all in my head? What if this person doesn't feel as much as I do? What if it was just all an illusion here with the Seven of Cups, you know? So this person definitely needs like a lot of reassurance from you when it comes to your feelings. Maybe this person loves it when you're kind of telling them how much you like them, you know? Yeah, well, that's all I have for you, pile one. I hope it resonated with you. Like the video, subscribe for more videos. And if you want a private reading, you can always email me. Email's in the description box below. And yeah, hope it resonated. Let me know in the comments and hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, pile two, the Moonstone. Let's see. We're looking at the fears your future spouse will have about loving you. The people that chose pile two. Oh, I definitely feel like this person has a fear of, you know, missing out on finding the one. It's like they're definitely afraid of like, have I missed the timing? Like, because Four of Cups is almost this energy of like a missed opportunity. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here as well. So that's kind of like divine timing. So maybe they're like, oh, did divine timing like kind of already pass? Like, did I messed up my opportunity for a happily ever after or something like that? That's what this person is afraid of. Maybe also having a missed opportunity with you, you know, it not working out, or that you guys are not meant to be, or that the universe is going to take you away from them or something like that. Tell me, what are their fears? Oh, I'm also seeing like a baby. Maybe there are also fears surrounding parenthood. or how it's going to affect your marriage, you know, that maybe you have less time for each other. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Gemini card. We have the Seven of Wands. The Three of Cups. The Moon card. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. With a Gemini card, you know, Gemini is the sign of duality, you know. So I definitely feel like maybe they're kind of afraid of you having like a different side to you, or you're kind of wearing a mask and them kind of discovering a side to you that they've never seen, like you deceiving them in some sort of way. You're not who you actually say you are. Maybe they feel like you're a bit too good to be true. Gemini is also the card of gossip, so maybe they're afraid that your friends, you are gonna gossip with your friends about them, or your friends are gonna turn you against them or your family. Or maybe they're kind of also afraid of like gossip when it comes to their friends and family. Or if you work together, maybe they're afraid of gossip at the workplace or something like that. Maybe there are, for instance, like differences in age difference or something like that. Yeah, maybe different religions. So maybe there's gossip that they're also kind of afraid of. Or yeah, people being in your ear and kind of telling you to leave them or something like that. That you deserve better. Yeah, with the Three of Cups, that's friend energy, right? So they're kind of afraid of that. Or like a mother figure, some sort of female, like they're kind of afraid of the women around you. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they're also kind of afraid of if you have like friends who, like maybe for if you're a straight couple, you know, sometimes people have problems if you have like friends of the opposite sex, right? So something like that, maybe they're kind of threatened by friends of yours. Maybe they fear that you secretly like them or something like that. Yeah. There's also, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. You know, it starts with the Knight of Pentacles and ends with the Knight of Swords. So it's interesting. We have the fastest moving knight and the slowest moving knight. So maybe they're afraid of the fact that you guys want to take a kind of a different speed when it comes to the development of the relationship. Maybe one person wants to take it slow, the other one wants it to go faster. And I don't know where your future spouse lands, so depending, yeah, on their fears, it might be that they're you know, either afraid of things going too fast or rushing into things, or things going too slow or something like that. And I feel like with the Gemini card and the Knight of Pentacles, your future spouse is definitely kind of like the thinking over feeling type of person, you know. They analyze their emotions here, especially with Gemini. I have Moon in Gemini, so I tend to do that too, where I kind of overanalyze or think my emotions or intellectualize my emotions, right? Instead of just feeling them. Yeah, so this is definitely like an overthinker. With a Gemini card, they might also be afraid of someone else catching your eye. You know, Gemini has this, or at least people think of Gemini that way, where kind of has like wandering eyes, or it's easily distracted. So maybe they're kind of afraid that other people here with the Three of Cups are kind of catching your eye or something like that. With the Gemini card, you might be like a very social butterfly, especially with the Three of Cups as well. And when they see you maybe perhaps talking to someone, they might be afraid that, you know, you're into them or something like that. It's funny because with the Knight of Pentacles, I definitely feel like this person will be kind of consistent and very grounded and all that. And they appear that they have it all, you know, all like put together, or that they seem okay. But on the inside, they're definitely a lot more, you know, fickle when it comes to Gemini. There's definitely a lot of more overthinking and fears, you know. Yeah. It's like maybe one person, I feel like you are maybe like more spontaneous, and, you know, you really go with your feelings, maybe with the Moon card here, or with your passion here with the Wands card, or with the Knight of Wands, your ideas, whatever it is, whatever kind of element dominates in your chart or your birth chart, it's like you are just a lot more like spontaneous than them, I feel like. And maybe they're kind of afraid of, you know, losing kind of control of the stable rhythm that they've kind of built in their life. Or maybe they're kind of afraid of seeming boring or something like that. And also with the Gemini card and the Moon card, I feel like when feelings get too much for them, they are kind of bury themselves in kind of work or routines, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. You know, when their feelings kind of intensify, they're just saying, you know, oh, I'm busy, you know. Well, in actuality, they're just kind of protecting themselves of being emotionally overwhelmed here. Yeah. And yeah, I feel like definitely they have a fear of rivalry, you know, that someone else might take you, or that you're going to find someone else, or that they're being compared to others, that you're going to find others more attractive or something like that, or that you're going to fall for someone else here with the Moon card. This is someone who would love to be the center of your attention, who would love to have only your affection, right? With the Seven of Wands, you know, this person can be a bit like defensive or kind of on guard, that they always feel like they have to, you know, prove their worth here. And with the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, that's also this idea of being challenged by others, you know. You see these wands at the bottom of the deck, you know. This person has the upper hand. They're successful, they're strong, but there are people that are challenging their position, right? Third party, so they're definitely again afraid of maybe you cheating, you leaving them for someone else. And Three of Cups, you know, that's social settings, that's friends, and maybe even it's also about your popularity. It's like people like you, you're popular, and that may be kind of intimidating to this person. They definitely, you know, sometimes wonder, like, am I enough? So yeah, that kind of maybe tense up a bit if others might flirt with you. And instead of saying that they're jealous, they're just going to act cooler or kind of pull back emotionally. This is not someone who does the jealousy kind of thing. You know, maybe with the Knight of Swords, they might get argumentative, but I feel like instead of addressing their real emotions, of jealousy. They might pick an argument about a different subject because they don't want to seem, you know, jealous, you know. The moon is also subconscious, your subconscious. And if we bring the Rider-Waite tarot deck of the moon, it's also about secrets, it's about confusion, it's about anxiety. So yeah, this card gives me like emotional triggers. So that's probably because of past wounds or past events, right? Oh, with the moon card, I feel like also they're kind of afraid of being emotionally manipulated. With the Gemini and the moon card, that definitely can indicate like emotional manipulation. Maybe you're very emotionally intelligent. Maybe you just seem like the kind of person who is just very well read on the psychology and all that. You just know what to say in order to get people to do what you want them to do, right? And they kind of feel that as well, that they're kind of being controlled and manipulated by you. You know how to ask things the right way and they'll do it for you. So yeah, there's definitely this fear of that, you know. I feel like with the moon, maybe sometimes you get moody or something like that. Or maybe your moods kind of change as well. With the Knight of Swords, maybe next to the moon, your moods switch up a lot. And maybe, you know, one moment you're all over them, and then the next moment you're kind of back away, you're a bit cooler. And you confuse them, and they definitely get afraid of like, oh, is Pal 1 or Pal 2, you know, falling out of love with me or something like that. Like sometimes you rush in with the Knight of Swords, you know, and then sometimes you slow down with the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you get mixed signals almost. I feel like maybe with the Gemini and the Knight of Swords card, they may be also afraid of, you know, blurting things out kind of impulsively and then later regretting how vulnerable they sounded, especially with the moon card, or maybe saying something critical and kind of regretting it later or making you upset, especially with the moon card, you know. Maybe you have some sensitivities about stuff. And also, they definitely have like a fear as well of kind of talking about vulnerable emotional stuff, you know. So they might kind of over-explain and argue when they're kind of anxious, right? And they use kind of their words to defend their position with the Seven of Wands instead of just opening up when it comes to their fears and emotions, right? When they feel kind of vulnerable or cornered, they get defensive instead of just saying how they actually fearful they are. And they're definitely afraid of, you know, when it comes to arguments, that it's going to be the last one, that you're going to walk away or something like that. What else? What else is this person afraid of? Tell me, what else is this person afraid of? Patterns. Oh yeah, I'm also hearing like losing time. Like wasting time on the wrong person. I feel like they've done that in the past. And of course you're not going to be the wrong person because you're their future spouse. But they're definitely afraid of, you know, a relationship not working out again or not getting to the altar. It says he's not in the mood. They're also kind of afraid of, you know, upsetting you or something like that. Girl with the snake. Yeah, being charmed or used. Yeah, maybe they're kind of afraid that you're just charming them. You know, you're the charming Gemini, the social butterfly. you can emotionally manipulate people, and they're afraid of being used, right? Maybe for their money or something like that. We also have here separation. Yeah, they're also, of course, afraid of separation with you. And we have heart with the key. Yeah, it's like they want to meet the one so badly, right? That's their whole thing. They want the one. Not today. I feel like maybe sometimes when you guys have arguments, you don't want to talk to them, and that kind of scares them. Maybe you avoid conversations. You kind of pull back, like I said, with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes in and then retreats, right? He's hot and cold. Yeah, so that kind of also scares them. Okay, that's all I have for you, pal 2. I hope it resonated with you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the reading. And if you want a private reading with me, you can always email me. My email is in the description box below. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, pal 3, the Fluoride stone. This is your reading. We're looking at what fears your future spouse has about loving you. So show me for pal 3. Oh, there's something about, I'm hearing like your soft lips. This person loves to, you know, if I'm being straightforward, they love to make love to you. So this person might be afraid of never like feeling your touch again. That's the thing that I'm getting. It's like missing you, they're not necessarily being afraid of getting hurt, you know, to a certain extent they will, and it probably will come up in the reading. But the main fear I'm getting is like just not having you anymore in their life. Missing you, not having access to you anymore, not feeling you, not cuddling with you, not talking to you here with the 8 of Wands. They're very attracted to you here with the 8 of Wands. This person might express their love through physical touch. That might be their love language. You know, this person might be like sensitive if you don't want to cuddle with them, or you reject their touch or something like that. Or maybe they're kind of afraid of, you know, making a wrong move when it comes to physical intimacy. Maybe they don't want to give you the wrong impression, that they're just into it for pleasure or something like that, but they do want to have that with you. Yeah, so maybe they're kind of afraid of making like the wrong impression when it comes to that. Maybe also afraid of not being good enough in the bedroom, that you're not, you know, fulfilled, that you don't enjoy it, that they're not good enough, that maybe they don't look good enough, their body or something like that, or certain body parts. Yeah, I've here the Princess of Swords. Yeah, it's like maybe they're afraid of you criticizing, you know, their bedroom skills. But also just in general, they're kind of afraid that you will criticize them, because I feel like maybe you're not the kind of person that, you know, usually speaks up when it comes to your dislikes. Maybe you're someone who's like very agreeable, you know, who likes to keep the peace, and maybe sometimes they see these little micro expressions on your face, and they just can read your body language that you're not always okay with everything, and then they kind of are going to overthink, and they're like, oh, did I say something wrong? Does this person secretly, you know, dislike me, and all that. We also have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is insecure as well of not being good enough for you, not having enough money, not being good looking enough, not being good enough in the bedroom. They feel like they lack something. Insecure in their skin. 5 of Cups. Yeah, they're afraid of losing you. This person is afraid of losing you. I feel like you might mirror this as well, that you also might be afraid of not being good enough here. We have here the 3 of Pentacles. Lovers. Yeah, I feel like this person considers you the love of their life. You know, they're definitely fearful that they're never gonna find or they're never going to fall as hard for anyone as they will with you, right? As they do with you. Like you're the height of their love life, basically. And they're definitely afraid of losing the love of their life, their partner. I feel like with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, you know, I just split the deck for no reason. I don't know why, but these cards popped up. And I feel like in the past, when it comes to dating here with the Three of Cups, you know, other people that they dated before you, they never wanted to really be with this person long term. Here with the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles offers commitment, but it's small commitment. I mean, their heart isn't really in it. Yeah, it's not like a King of Pentacles. So maybe they were in commitments, but deep down they kind of felt like, oh, maybe there's something better out there for me. This is not going to work long term. But with you, you know, you're their end game, right? I want to clarify the Three of Pentacles. Why is the Three of Pentacles here? We have here the Knight of Wands, the Strength card, one more, Seven of Swords. I feel like maybe with the Three of Pentacles, you might be working on a project together when you meet or something like that. Could be work, could be something else. Or you might just meet in in an environment where, you know, you don't really like meet people to date. So they kind of feel like they have to, you know, hold themselves back here with the Nine of Wands, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. That's sometimes lust for me. It's about taming your animalistic urges, you know, your instincts. It's about controlling that. So it can indicate lust. So they're kind of trying to control that, especially that's amplified with the Nine of Wands. It's definitely also, it's kind of about, you know, self-control. It's about persistence. So yeah, maybe this person is kind of afraid of, you know, going in for a kiss, for instance, and it's like too soon or something, or you're not ready yet, or maybe making the first move to, you know, sleep with you, and maybe you're not ready yet, or maybe it will offend you or something like that. So they're definitely scared of that as well. Guys could also kind of start out as friends. But yeah, I feel like sneakily with the Seven of Swords, they're kind of lusting after you. You know, fantasizing about you, even, you know, thinking about you when they're, you know, taking care of themselves. Yeah, and I get this feeling that they might feel like a pervert sometimes, because they might be watching you, you know. Yeah, it's like they sneakily have like a crush on you. I want to know with the Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? There's the Five of Cups here. Oh, another thing that I'm getting here with the Eight of Wands and the Five of Cups is that I feel like when you're traveling, even if it's traveling to work, even if you're walking, it's basically when you're outside the house, this person is afraid that you're gonna get into an accident or something and that they're gonna lose you. Yeah, they're definitely also afraid of your safety. We have here the Fool card and the Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands. When it comes to clarifying the Five of Cups. Okay. And this card also came out, Five of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're the Queen of Wands. They're afraid of losing you, right? Because I feel like they think that they can't do better than you. It's about, you know, never... They feel like when it comes to like the kind of soul connection that you share, they feel like they can't do better this lifetime. But it's also about the qualities that you have, you know, your looks, your charisma, just the qualities that you have, your heart, your kindness, everything, your intelligence, your ambitions. They just think that they can never get better here with the Six of Wands. It's like maybe you're also very innocent and pure. Maybe this is maybe your first real relationship. And maybe they're kind of afraid of you getting disappointed by it, or that because you don't have maybe many experience before them, that you're kind of secretly crave, you know, exploring other options or something like that, you know. So they think that might not be good enough. With the Five of Pentacles, they might also be afraid of, you know, losing like maybe their job or declining in their finances, and then you're going to leave them or something like that. Yeah, Tower. Oh, divorce. They might also be afraid of divorce and how that financially is going to impact them. Ace of Cups. Yeah, King of Cups. Oh, okay, so they might have been divorced and they're kind of also afraid of, you know, stepping into a new love relationship. Yeah, and then they're afraid of being abandoned again. But it's more so about missing you. It's not necessarily about someone leaving them. It's about losing you. That's what they're afraid of. Where's the Lover's card here? Yeah, I'm also hearing like sometimes they fear that you just agree with them or say things to them just to appease them, but you don't actually voice your real opinion or your real concern here. With the Lovers, it's like you're agreeable, you know. The Lovers is love energy, it's Venus energy, so you're being agreeable, you don't want to rock the boat. You have the Empress. Yeah, you're the Empress, or they want to be your Empress. Princess of Wands. Yeah, they think you're just the hottest, most beautiful, the most gorgeous, amazing person that they've ever dated. So yeah, they're kind of afraid of like fumbling you. Yeah, fumbling you. Where's the Eight of Wands here? It's like they know that they're never going to date someone like you. We have here the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so maybe this person wants to rush into commitment, but they don't know whether you want to. Two of Pentacles. Or they might be getting like their family might be kind of warning them, you know, don't rush or something like that. Like, yeah, I see maybe people in their ears, like when it comes to family, and that kind of, you know, that kind of amplifies their worst fears, you know. Their family members or friends might be saying, you know, what if it doesn't work out, or I don't know, this person likes you or something like that. Yeah, so that's kind of amplifying it. Why is the Princess of Swords here? Three of Swords, yeah. Ten of Pentacles. They're afraid that you're going to disappoint them or something like that. Let's get some more cards. What are they afraid of? Bride, wife, partner, okay. Then you don't want to marry them, maybe? Sorry, not sorry. Ah, okay, I get it. I feel like with the Princess of Swords, they might fear that you're not always like truthful with them. Especially when it comes to saying whether you're upset or not. I don't think that this person thinks that you're a cheater or something like that. It's more so, I feel like this person feels like sometimes you say, you know, you make amends, or you say that you're over something, while in actuality you're not. They kind of sense that you kind of hold some sort of resentment towards them. Like that's something that they're afraid of, that eventually you're going to resent them. Yeah. And we have the Cheers card. Yeah. Okay. Try me. Not in the mood. And maybe you get moody sometimes. Patterns. Dating. This might be more so in the dating stage, right? So I feel like once you're married, this kind of goes away. Yeah. But they're also definitely kind of afraid of like that you haven't maybe like dated enough or something like that. So they kind of also always will, that like they might fear that you're always are going to wonder like, what if, you know, what if there's someone better out there for me or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, this person is afraid of losing you, the love of their life. That's a fear. I don't sense that they're afraid of stepping into this connection or something like that. Let's ask that. Are they kind of afraid of taking a chance on pile 3? No, I'm hearing this person has like a secure attachment or something like that. Yeah, strength. So they're very brave. They're very courageous. 7 of Swords. No, I don't think so. I mean, 7 of Swords can indicate like self-sabotage, but because intuitively I felt no on the Strength card, it's probably something else. We'll see. Ace of Pentacles. Now, I feel like this 7 of Swords just means that they're kind of scheming to get into a relationship with you right away. It might be that they're actually hiding their feelings in the beginning, but that's just because they're being strategic, right? Not because they're afraid of risking and taking a chance on you, right? But they have their eyes on the prize, which is the Ace of Pentacles. What fears do they have? Show me. What fear does pile 3's future spouse have about loving them? There's also something about criticizing you or something like that. They might feel like sometimes you're sensitive about stuff. The Fool, the Moon card, and the 3 of Cups. Yeah, it's the same energy. They kind of fear that you hide stuff or that you're not always truthful about your feelings. The kind of, your innocence kind of also makes them a bit afraid. Like maybe, again, there might be an age difference, or you might not have as much experience, and that kind of scares them. Not because they're repulsed by that or something like that, but it might be, like I said, they feel like maybe one day you just want to explore and date other people or something like that. Yeah, it's the same energy. This person is jealous. Like, they're afraid of third-party situations, like others catching your attention. They're possessive over you. Okay, that's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the reading. And if you want a private reading with me, you can always email me. My email is in the description box below. Have the most amazing, beautiful day, okay? Bye-bye.